Of course, the NDA should get credit for what Alexander the Great and Ashoka the Great and Akbar the Great did.
वेलकम है कहिए जनाब। आज ये बहुत ही स्पेशल एपिसोड है। हम लोग बातचीत कर रहे हैं फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर पी चिदम्बरम से, उनकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी शिवगंगा और उनके गांव में। मिस्टर चिदम्बरम, the NDA did, I mean, when the NDA keeps saying that, we should get the credit for what Mr. Chidambaram now is claiming, how much does Mr. Chidambaram...
Of course, the NDA should get credit for what Alexander the Great and Ashoka the Great and Akbar the Great did. The point is, the NDA government left office with an average growth rate of 5.8%. My batting average so far is 8.8%. And I was taught math in school which said 8.8 is 3% higher than 5.8.
Well, clearly it is. But let's come back to you personally. Now, we've already had one economist as the Prime Minister, a non-politician. You are one of the few people in the Congress who actually represent a Lok Sabha seat, yet are considered, a kind of a dream finance minister. Where does P Chidambaram go from here? What is his dream?
Well, there are many things in life other than being a minister.
Such as?
Such as, I have not yet traveled extensively within India. I would like to travel within India to all parts of India, which I intend to begin in June.
A kind of a Bharat Ek Khoj.
No, I want to travel in India. I want to travel abroad. There's a lot within me which has to be given expression in terms of writing. I'd like to teach, if I can, one semester a year in some university. And don't forget that my initials are PC, which stands for private citizen.
Well, that's saying a lot. But what I was asking you is something different. Do you see Dr. Manmohan Singh as a possible role model for the future, your future in Congress politics?
No, Dr. Manmohan Singh did not start as a politician, did not contest elections. He was brought in as Prime Minister to head the government when Mrs. Gandhi declined. I'm a grassroots politician, although many people in Delhi may not.
I know, I mean, coming here and seeing you here,
I'm a very grassroots politician. I've been in the Youth Congress, I've been in the PCC, I have contested elections, I have traveled thousands of kilometers on these roads in a very backward part of India. I don't think Dr. Manmohan Singh and I are comparable, and certainly he's a much more learned and scholarly and wiser man than I am. I'm a lawyer who has strayed into economic... I'm basically a lawyer who has strayed into economic administration. He's a highly trained, qualified, highly regarded economist who administered the economy of this country for 5 years. I think we are very two different people.
Talking about your writing, you've written a book, you've put together your columns. When you were not in government, you were actually critiquing rather than just, blind attack of what the NDA was doing. You're actually doing critiques of a lot of things, of a lot of policy. Where do you see your writing going?
Oh, there's much to be...
Do we expect a work of fiction, autobiography?
No. I don't think... I think there are enough fiction writers. I think we need to document what happened since 1991. In particular, we need to document this 5-year period when I expect growth to remain over 8%. How India's stature has risen in the world in the last 4 or 5 years. Clearly, it's not an accident that today India is invited to every world forum. It was not so before 2003. Then there is, one can write about what one sees for the future. There is a young generation impatiently knocking on the door. I think the time has come to hand over the reins to this younger generation.
There's a whole second generation of people who are there mainly because of their fathers. I can list out all those people to you.
I'm sure, and I can.
Do you feel that you're part of that brigade?
I am my father's son. I mean, it's a good visiting card. Nothing can be denied, and I mean, that's the lottery of genetics.
The world over, young leaders are now becoming prime ministers and presidents. I think India cannot be an exception. Over 50% of India is under the age of 35 years. So I think there's a lot to be done. Let's see. Okay, we'll continue this conversation.
Mr. P Chidambaram कह रहे हैं कि वो भारत एक खोज पे जाएंगे और लिखेंगे. अभी समय एक छोटे से ब्रेक का. ब्रेक के बाद अभी आते हैं और पता करते हैं कि इसके अलावा वो और क्या करने वाले हैं. Please don't go away.
I don't have a hot temper. There can be no example where I've shouted at anyone or screamed at anyone.